Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video on my channel. In this video, we're going to be looking at killing two monsters which are making an awful lot of profit at the minute. These are going to be the Rune and Addy dragons. Now, the method I'm going to kill these is using range, because range is sort of the easiest because of the mechanics. We'll talk through the mechanics and why range is the easiest later on. But to do this, I need to do a bit of prep work before going to kill them. To fully harm Addy and Rune dragons, you're going to need a form of Baneite ammo. And this Baneite ammo is going to be attuned to Dragon, so it turns into a Dragon, Bane, Baneite ammo slot. Because I'm going to use the Nox longbow, I'm going to make sure that these are arrow tipped, and after that I'll just need to tip some headless arrows, and then we'll be ready to go. This ammo will work at things like QBD, so if you're going to do like a QBD pet hunt, it'll be very worthwhile for that. Apart from that though, Frost Dragons will also be somewhere, but it is a little bit niche and something which you're only really going to use here. However, with the sheer profit Rune and Addy dragons are currently making, definitely a monster to tie in with your current Slayer rotation and your Slayer tasks to be doing in the future. Now, what you need to do to be able to make these is to get a set of Dragon Bones, which I've got hidden in my bank. There they are. And then use the Lunar spell Tune Baneite Ore, which needs 87 magic, 4 earth, and 2 astrals. And then once you tune that Baneite Ore, you need to click it onto the Dragon Bones rather than the actual ore itself. And that will cause a Dragon Baneite Ore to be created. Once you've finished tuning your ore, you can take it to a furnace. I've gone to Artisan's Workshop because I've got a couple sets of ore to make. I think I'm going to be doing quite a few Rune Dragon tasks, so I'm just going to do a nice big stack of them, and at least that way I can do it whenever, and I don't need to worry about having the ammo to do it. These are really essential for the first phase of a Rune Dragon, so you do need to have them as well. You're not going to be using a lot because abilities will save them, but I just like to have a nice stack just in case. So the wiki is tied in with producing these with a little graph of what you can get. We're going to be targeting Addy and Rune dragons, hardened Dragon Bones from Adamant dragons, which are 37k each, and the reinforced Dragon Bones are from Rune dragons, which are over 100k each. The other drops, not so much, not really interested. Be good for pet hunts though, so that would be nice. Go over the bosses before we go quickly. So Rune dragons are something which will require Richard of Majorat and Fate of the Gods, both completed other quests as well. You require level 76 Slayer and provide 2k Slayer XP per kill. You're only really going to get assigned from Movran, Lanika, and the Raptor. In terms of drops, you're going to be guaranteed a reinforced Dragon Bone and a small plated Rune Salvage. So guaranteed per kill, you're going to make 115k. Charms drops in sets of 4, and you're mainly looking at greens and crimsons, very small on the blue droppers. And in terms of normal drops as well, a very generic drop table. You do have the additions to the Glaven Boots, Steadfast and Rangefire. Steadfast are the most expensive at 30 mil, but because of the elite dungeons, the other two are very cheap. In terms of other drops, nothing really there. You're going more for like the guaranteed loot, if anything. That is where you'll be making most of your profit. So really you want to be looking at consistent and speed kills as well, to make sure you can get a decent amount per hour. The one really annoying thing with this though is you can't make it on a standard sort of forge. It's got to be done on the Kefsi one, on the Kefsi Island, which is where you're going to find the dragons, but it's a little bit of a run away from there. So where you're going to get this, you're going to need to access the World Gate. To do that, the best thing you can use is your 6-age ring from all those quests ago. And I'm also going to add something onto mine. I'm going to have some Anima of Jazz. You can change these to Jazz Anima based arrows, and what it will do, bring it up to a level 95 ammo. How cheap the Anima is, it's quite a cheap upgrade to get a level 95 tier arrow. So these Jazz Dragonbane arrows, 1,000 dragons, will give a plus 30% damage and a plus 20% hit chance, which is pretty massive, along with being tier 95 damage. However, sort of benefit and pullback of this is that you've got a 33% chance to use your arrow, which means you are going to go for quite a few. Obviously, with the Rune Dragons, they're making something like 130k per kill. It balances out, and it's a good sort of way of making sure that the ammunition does get consumed. Obviously, with things like runes and arrows, because of abilities and stuff like that, sometimes we can drag out a bit further than what we should do. So something like this, which is quite expensive at like 5k per arrow, it's a good way to make sure that it balances out in terms of cost. So we're going to go for 1,000 for this task. We've got 71, so I don't really know how many to take, but I'll get a stack and we'll get geared up. So this is the setup I'm going to take. Not done Rune Dragons in a while, so I don't know if it's overkill or not. I think we're going to use Penance and Camp Soul Split, so I'm just taking a little bit of food just in case, because I know these are quite a high defense ones, so there is a chance they could hit us. So I'm going to take 2 Elder Overload Salves. That's because I need the Dragonfire and Wormfire immunity. They do have a special attack which will hit you either way if you do have a potion. but as a basis, you do need the protection from Dragonfire and Wormfire. Obviously, the added effect of Eldritch Overload is what we're looking for. Bunyip, because it's just some nice healing. Spring Cleaner to break down any rune drops. Obviously, rune dragons will drop a lot of rune drops. Excali and Elven Ritual Shard because they're just standard. Noted, Magic No Paper gives me anything there. 6H Circuits gives it a teleport. Traditional range setup, nothing too fancy at all. I've got the Jazz Dragonbane arrows in the quiver. I haven't got the new Kiln Cape for range. I know I'm bad, but if you have, please make sure to use it because that'll be better for you. And just your standard range setup as well, nothing too fancy. So let's go to KFC now, go to the World Gate. So before we jump in, I'll go and get Penance activated. And then we can see how long this is going to go and take to kill. So we're starting on a brand new aura, so an hour time through the World Gate. Elder Overload, Soul Split, and Range Prayer. Right, so let's get started. So basically, there's 3 phases to a Rune Dragon. So the first phase is basically like a breakdown their shield. To do this, you can only do this with Dragonbane weaponry, so that's why the Dragonbane arrows or bolts are essential and why you need to have them to be able to kill it. Phase 2, they're going to fly in the air, and this is where sort of like melee gets taken out of question, be a viable way to kill these, and this is why range is so much better. Because there's no way of using Baneite attacking for magic, that's why like range over the 3 sort of sections are by far the best way to do it. Now don't get me wrong, you can kill them with melee if you wanted to, but I think range is just one through process and you just do the whole kill by itself. So after phase 2 and it's flown up in the air, it will then go into an enraged phase on its final phase. And that's just pretty much a DPS check where it will get progressively stronger throughout the kill. Just make sure you can just polish it off with no problems, and that's pretty much it. As you can see, it really is a cool animation of when it goes into the air. It's something which not a lot of monsters really have in the game, so it's nice for the Rune Dragon to have that for themselves. It does have a fireball attack or flame attack as such. What it will basically do is spit a blue flame towards you, and even if you're using a Dragonfire or Wormfire potion or a Solve like I am, it will still hit you for magic-based damage for that. It's normally about 450, but it can be a little bit worse. The thing is, you will know it's coming because you'll have some blue flames underneath you. I'll try and catch the attack and we can sort of show what to do. There you go, that's the attack there. Blue flames come towards you. If you move out of the way, you can dodge it. There are 3 options to collect bones. Obviously, you can area loot and pick stuff up throughout the kills. You can use the Death Note relic so you'll fly into your invo noted. I still prefer the Bone Crusher and the Bone Crusher to bring me into my invo. And then go from there. As long as you stay sort of out of melee range, they're not too much damage or they're not too hurtful anyway. Once you've got past the first phase, you can tell that they've dropped their armor because you'll get the blue sparks to show that their armor is free. And that's when they'll start to jump up in the air and do their sort of range attacks as well as their flying abilities. But as you see, I'm pretty comfortably holding on like 3 at a time. Nothing too bad. The only thing to really pay attention for, again, is that blue flame fire attack. Apart from that, it's just pretty much DPS. As you can see there, that's that blue flame attack there. So already 10 kills down, and that is actually a mill we've made. These are 103k each. I'll probably sell a little bit higher. I'll sell a couple after the task as well to see what they're like, because we might be able to make a little bit of money this task. Now, would I say these are completely AFK? No, I do think you still need to keep an eye on it. There's enough chances, especially if you're using Greater Ricochet or any sort of like area effects abilities, that you'll get enough of them on you. And what I've found is that if you're melee distance, you will get hit quite a bit. And you will get quite a bit of damage thrown your way. So I do think that's something you still need to keep an eye on. But they aren't the most intense Slayer tasks you're ever going to do. They are quite chill. Now for Necromancy, I really don't think you're going to be needing a lot of these. These are the highest tier of bone in the game. So I imagine they're going to be very much late game Necromancy for the rituals. However, these are going to be a fantastic addition to your Slayer rotation. Because you're going to be making like, for this task, I'm going to be making 7 mil just from bones. And I don't really think it's going to be taking me too long. So it's definitely a money task now. And if you do get the availability to kill Rune Dragons, definitely recommend it. Even if it's not just for your Necromancy stack, you'll be making a nice bit of GP just from doing the normal task. Well, that was unexpected. That is a collection log slot and actually a steadfast scale. That's the most expensive one, I think. Yeah, 13 mil. Not too bad at all. Obviously, I won't include the steadfast scale in the price check because that's just like a one-off and something we got lucky with. I'll include the normal drops. 15 minutes in and 37 reinforced dragon bones along with 900k cash from the AUX. So that is a task done, so we'll just teleport out. 71 rune dragons all finished. So in terms of an aura time, pretty much that in 30 minutes, which isn't too bad. It's a little bit longer than other tasks, but again, they are quite a high defense monster. In terms of what we've made from the small plated salvage and all the other sort of drops, just over 1.7 mil, which is not too bad. And if we price check this for 71 kills, I'll do it without the scale first. Admittedly as well, some of the normal drops I didn't pick up because I didn't have mine on the screen. So normal loot is 2 mil. With the bones, it is 9.3 mil. We also got very lucky and got a scale as well. So for that task, we actually made 22.7 mil. But 9 mil for like a 30-minute task in basic like average loot, very good. For something which wasn't completely like high intensity, it's quite chill. I just want to check what the price of one of these bones are as well at the minute. So they're selling for 170k, so we actually made quite a lot more. So 170k each. If we were to buy these for 71, 12 mil meant that like our normal drops would be 14 mil. So plus the steadfast again as well, 27 mil. Again, really mental money. Even if you've got enough for what you think you need for necromancy, definitely worth doing rune dragons just for like a GP task, because at the minute they're the best they're probably ever going to be. After necromancy's release, I imagine the price of bones will dip. They'll go down, but they'll still retain a sort of price because of demand from necromancy, and also because they are the best prayer experience in the game. So yeah, rune dragons definitely get there. My only thing I would say is for that we probably used about 600 dragon bane arrows, which would be like 3 to 4 mil. You might be able to get away with the normal dragon bane arrows, which you can make yourself, but you just need to work out like what your setup would be. I'd probably swap for a vampirism aura and maybe take some prayer potions and a little bit more food and just see how I get on as well. We weren't too bad with this setup. There were a few moments where I had a couple in melee range and they were causing me some damage, but if we were sticking away, the bunyip coped pretty well, and they do drop a little bit of rocktail food as well, so it weren't too bad. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Rune Dragons. Rune Dragons at the minute due to necromancy are very good money. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please leave me a like, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon with the next video.